Doctors, I want to thank you all for allowing us to go on a journey demonstrating prognostication, predicting the future. Unrehearsed, you all know that earlier today I placed a single card into this sealed envelope, and I've left it here in plain view since early today. Dr. DeLuca has been so kind as to volunteer to use her deck of cards, which were all separated by time and distance. And there we go. Thank you. Dr. DeLuca is using her deck of cards. And I'm going to ask Dr. DeLuca, please, to mix the cards, shuffle them however you feel comfortable shuffling them, mixing them thoroughly until you're comfortable that the cards are totally and thoroughly mixed in their order, similar to a double-blind placebo-controlled study, so that cards are thoroughly randomized. We have no idea what the cards are, what order they're in. Once you're satisfied that they're thoroughly mixed, will you please deal 8 cards, one at a time, into a little packet face down onto the table, and then I'll have you dispose of the rest of the deck. So now you have 8 cards in a packet on the table, and you're disposing of the rest of the deck. And now I'll have you face down, without us seeing them, pick up the little 8 card pack that you have. And then I want you face down to mix those cards so that they're thoroughly mixed. We have no idea what those cards are or the order they're in. And once you've thoroughly mixed those cards so that you feel they're thoroughly put into a random order, then I'm going to ask you to place that packet into your palm hand and don't let us see it. And what I'm going to ask you to do now is to pick up the top card. You look at it, don't show it to us, so only you know what that top card is, and then put it face down back on top of the pack. Now, in order to randomize the cards even more, I'm going to ask you to take an invisible die and roll it onto the table. And then whatever number comes up on that die, I want you to look at it. I'm going to ask you to take that number and, without us seeing, take that top card and put it to the bottom, and then the next card to the bottom, whatever that number is. So let's just say it was a number 2. You'd go 1, 2. And once you've completed that, please just let me know that that's completed. Very good. Now, using that same number, I'll have you do that again. Put that number of cards from top to bottom. Now, once that's completed, cards are randomized. I'm going to ask you, please, to take the packet that's in your hand, face down, deal the cards into a top row, 1, 2, 3, 4, from left to right. And then that leaves the rest of the packet in your hand. Below that, starting left to your right, deal 1, 2, 3, 4, face down cards. Perfect. Now, I'm attempting to pick up on energy because you held your card, the one you selected. I'm going to ask you, please, to take your right hand and just above the cards in the top row to run your hand back and forth over the cards, above them. The furthest card to the right in that top row, without even looking at it, please pick it up and discard. Yes. Then I want you to run your hand above the cards without touching them. On the bottom row, I want you to pick up the furthest card to the right on the bottom row, and without looking at it, discard it. Now, if you will, please turn in place where they are, each card face up right where they are as they are. Now, you can see all the cards now, and you can especially see the card you selected earlier that you memorized. And I'm going to ask you, please, to pick up that card that you selected. Don't show it to us and don't lift it up into the camera view. And I'm going to have you switch it with either the card to the left of it or the card to the right of it. And then once you've completed that, I just want you to tell us you're all set. Excellent. Now, what I'd like you to do is please, the top row, starting with the first card on the left, if you'll read out loud what each of the top row cards are, starting at the left and going left, middle, right. Yes,
Six of clubs, five of spades, three of clubs.
very good. Now, what I'd like you to do, if you will, I want you to take the bottom row. I'm going to ask you, please, to read those cards to us out loud from left to right.
Ten of hearts, ten of clubs, nine of hearts.
Very good. Now, I'm going to ask you, please, the envelope. I want you to look at your card. Am I seeing your card? Am I seeing that in the top row? I didn't think so. Your card's in the bottom row, and that is exactly what I saw. Now, I'm going to ask you, please, to not show it to us yet, but I want you, please, to pick up your card with the back to the screen so we can't see what your card is. And I'm pulling, it doesn't want to come out of the envelope. There we go. Got it out of the envelope. That was hard work. This is the card that's been in the envelope all day. Would you please tell us as you turn around your card what the card was that you selected from a randomized deck and randomized all the cards? What was the card you selected?
Ten of clubs.
Interestingly enough, the card that I put in the envelope earlier today predicted, in fact, the card you would select from a randomized deck. Thank you all for allowing us to go on this journey of predicting the future. Thank you.